Show and take your
The Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show,
Presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours.
on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
From the Jamborees to the Superdome.
Your source for the most up-to-date scores and stats is right here. Now, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and Cade Voisin.
Good evening and welcome to the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Voisin, Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and our cast of thousands. Charlie, Jack, Skip,
We'll have
Ryan,
the whole
Paul.
touchdown baseball team in here for long.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
We're
Kids
seven
working.
more, and we got a starting lineup. You heard it go final on the radio side of our coverage, 48-42. Catholic High defeats Ruston tonight on the road. And if you're asking, if you hadn't heard, why is Catholic High on the road at Grambling State University playing Ruston tonight? Well, COVID-19 strikes again. They were set to play another 5-5A matchup, this time against Santa Ma, that last week when we were looking ahead, this was one of the games to watch. Considering a tough loss for Santa Ma last week, Catholic High bounced back, and they played well against McKinley, but this was Catholic High going up against one of the state's, not just Baton Rouge, top passers, Nicole Poirier, but things changed, and, look, a great job by Coach Fertitta getting this thing in just a couple of days, going on the road, playing a very tough Ruston team, as Jimmy alluded to, when they got their running backs back, which they did. They are a powerful team and tough to beat.
And hats off to Jared Ball, that Ed Rustin, the head coach. He does not back away from anybody.
No.
In two of his cancellation games that they've had,
Was it Acadiana?
they picked up Acadiana Catholic High. And so hats off.
Which he had been playing Acadiana the years prior. So
Correct.
And, I looked at last year's schedule, and I couldn't find it real quick, but it's like the teams that he played had a combined record of like 105 and like 38, something
Right. He had
ridiculous.
Rummel in there last year, too,
he had
man.
Rummel. He had Acadiana.
So he picks
Caroline,
teams with
yeah.
really good defenses to go up
Well,
against.
West Monroe. I
Yeah.
mean, he had
Yeah.
Ouachita, Alexandria. He had all of them in there. He's not scared.
And the big thing for him is they got Travion Hargrove back, DeAndre Griffin, their two running
What a
backs.
tough guy to take down.
And Hargrove's a big boy. They call him Little Bull, is what they call him. And he got injured in week 1. Hadn't played since then. And he had 14 carries, 180-something yards against Catholic in the first half. Catholic High fell behind 21-7, 28-14, bounced back, got it to 28-28. Ruston got a late score in the first half to make it 35-28, and then Catholic High obviously made some adjustments. Ruston is not a easy team to prepare for. They run a lot of old school stuff, wham, power, some counter stuff, but they also run some option game in there, and that option game adds another element to it that's hard to prepare for. And one day, like Catholic High had to, they made some adjustments and came back and put in a freshman quarterback somewhat. And
we saw Landon Connor at wide receiver.
yeah,
tonight.
I mean, that's a big win for Coach Fertitta.
And here's the other problem that Ruston brings to teams, and we talked about it last year when they faced Airline and we watched them on TV. They go too tight. How many times do you see that? You don't see it very often, and defensive coordinators aren't used to trying to adjust to that. But when you have too tight and you're strong and you're in the I formation, it's a different brand of football. And it makes it tough to prepare for just in itself without the option.
It's old school football that you don't see anymore.
Quarterback
I mean,
under center.
Yes. I mean, you honestly, how many times do you see teams line up in an I formation now? The teams up north do it still, and a lot of them are doing the old West Monroe I.
Outside of maybe on the
running
goal line
veer.
or something like that.
Right, but
Yeah.
most teams are now in the spread offense, and back when the spread came around, nobody knew what to do. Everybody was freaking out. Oh, man. Now everybody sees it. Now they don't see that veer
Now the
type
strange
of-
thing is the other way around.
Right.
Yeah. That was one of the games certainly we will be talking about a good bit tonight. But when you look back at what happened on Thursday, by the way, a full scoreboard coming your way in just a bit. Anything stood out to you, Coach Black, from what you saw on the scores on Thursday night?
On Thursday night, not really. It was, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but it's just so there were some games on schedule we were looking forward to. I guess you would say U-High beating Madison Prep was pretty impressive, but
Yeah.
U-High's been very good. And Bruley tonight goes to Parkview. Let me back up. U-High beat Bruley last week, and Bruley comes to Parkview this week. And Parkview is, I think it was 44-0.
44-0. In year 2 of Coach LaFleur's over there, they are making some big progress.
Probably
right?
that note he received at halftime probably helped.
It might be, but also in having their quarterback, Roman Mueller, last year, he had some injuries. He had a sickness that he missed half of the season. And having your quarterback back and in year 2 is a big thing. Now, Bruley had several turnovers that hurt them tonight. And another thing that hurt them is they lost one of their big offensive linemen, Colin Larson, who will probably play college ball. He's a 6'3", 295-pound guy that played center last year. He's playing guard this year. He had a knee injury, suffered last week. He's out for the year. He has scheduled a surgery scheduled for later in the month. And, that obviously does not help. You're not going to replace a kid 6'3", 295 at Bruley High School with another 6'3", 295. Just not going to happen.
Speaking of illness, this was probably one of the toughest weeks related to rearrangements because of COVID-19 for us here in the Baton Rouge area as well as North Louisiana.
Well,
just lots of schedule changes tonight.
Last week we were at 14 teams. Today we were at 28. 28 teams we're missing. And you mentioned the schedule. I got to give a shout out to my old boy right here, Todd Black. He does our scheduling for us and does the graphics that you see in the ticker at the bottom, and he takes care of it. And it has been a nightmare, and he's done an outstanding job. I know we told him behind the scenes, but to publicly say it, yeah, we have. But to publicly say, Todd's done a fabulous job because, talking to him today, he was scratching his head. I'm still changing schedules,
But I had to call Hunter Bauer with Go Preps. I'm like, dude, how many games you got going tonight?
Yeah.
We were pretty close. He was right, actually, because the 2 we added to the ticker, we made us the same. But, there's a lot of different reasons that these games are getting canceled. For the same disease, but different reasons. And I just don't know, like the Woodlawn EA game, there's some things that are really make you scratch your head. And if you were going to let them go to school and you're going to let them go back to play football, you knew there were going to be some instances where a player would test positive. But the contact tracing is just really killed all these teams.
Right. In Woodlawn's case, they don't have any positive cases.
No symptoms.
Symptoms, nothing. And yet, because of contact tracing, they're having to sit out for their 3rd time in 6 weeks.
And they're on a roll right now.
And the bad thing is the people that they're doing the contact tracing of, they don't know when they got it. They didn't test positive until Wednesday. They weren't in contact with them since last Friday, but they're still making them sit out. That makes no sense. You have a lot of teams that are in situations. I know Zachary was down last week, 16 kids, 10 starters. Going to probably be that way again tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, against Scotlandville. West Monroe was down over 20 players tonight, 10 starters against Ouachita, but they felt like it was a big enough game to play their rivalry. They backed away last week, didn't play. They moved kids around, and they were able to come out with a win tonight, but the contact tracing is really hurting. The positive cases are not that many that we're seeing. Talking to the coaches, you may have 1 or 2 here and there, but most of it's just due to contact tracing.
It's part of what we're seeing each and every week. And, look, hats off to Coach Black for what he's doing. If you're watching on CST on YouTube, you see the hard work he puts in on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. You find all those scores. Along with Coach Black, Coach Eric Held, who's out there doing some hard work, trying to help arrange these things. It's been a difficult thing, but we go back so much to what the people at the LHSA and what these coaches are doing. They're doing it for the kids. And I don't know, it's simplistic to say, but I think when it comes down to the end of this season, it's going to be the teams, the coaches that were able to fight, and wins and losses, yes, but the ones that are able to get the games on the books and played. Right now, that's the biggest fight.
That's important, but it's going to be interesting, and we'll have Hunter Bauer on next week, I believe, Todd,
Yep.
from Go Preps, who's a master of the PowerPoint system.
Yeah.
And the playoff brackets and things like that, and he'll be able to explain better than Todd or I will be able to do it.
What happens in a scenario with a game canceled?
It is affecting it. You divide it by how many games you played, but like example is Woodlawn. Woodlawn's 2-1, but if they played today, they would be like a number 9 seed against the teams who's played a full schedule. And let's take it. I don't see Woodlawn playing next week either. So then they're going to have one game. So they're going to have played 4 games, half of a schedule, and they're going to be ranked way up there. And, I mean, it's tough. Heck, you got one team that has a win because of a forfeit that would be a 26 seed right now.
Well, you know, and you're saying that's bad, but, you know, that's normal in a normal year. That's perfectly fine in Class 2A
but
and 1A.
This is a Class 5A
Well,
school.
I know what I'm saying. You talk about how bad it is. I'm just kind of picking at the split again. And Springfield also pulled the plug today, and they're done with football for the rest of the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, you know, you speaking of hard work, a couple quick shout-outs because, you know, I've been doing a little bit working with quarterbacks. There's one guy that is in the car with a coach and a PA guy.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yep. My man, Cam Massengale, is with 2 other guys. We won't mention their names.
2 clowns.
That's right. And I'd also give a shout-out to Kwame Haven and his dad, who's in from Georgia, Mr. Haven. He's been here for a couple of weeks getting in to watch his grandson play some ball. But, you know, it's and I guess we got to think of that, too. It's as long as you can get to see him play, it's better than not seeing him play at all.
I agree with that. I do think there are some coaches ducking and dodging some games also now. I'm a call it like I see it. I mean, I know one school asked one school to pay him $7,000. They said they couldn't do it. We'll pay you $3,000 to travel to us. We haven't had but one home game, and the coach says, no, we're not going to come. Well, $3,000 better than 0 to me, so I'm going to come, but I mean, I think you're starting to see a little bit of that, and I think they're starting to look at those PowerPoints and where they fall, and do we want to risk playing that game?
East Ascension found themselves 2 weeks in a row trying to scramble for a game.
And they did find it, you know, last week. They had to travel to Bird. Yep. This week it was a little too late to do it. You know, for the most part, the coaches are doing every single thing that they can possibly do. There's no doubt.
Okay, you got a good show tonight. Coaches Bryce Brown from Carr is going to join us at 10:15. 10:45, we are going to Lafayette and talk to our Karen Crow to talk to Coach Corville. And then we've got Brian Richardson for Donaldsonville, who he was a little worried today how his team would rebound off that big win off St. James. They did fine.
They're pretty good,
54-24 winners is Coach Richardson and Donaldsonville.
And, of course, I know our area correspondents have been busy throughout the night, you know, checking in. Speaking of guys like Adam Hunsucker, checking in with him earlier in the week. He wasn't sure which game he was even going to cover because of what's been happening in North Louisiana. So we appreciate everyone tuning in tonight on both the radio and television side. When we get back, we'll get to a full scoreboard. Baton Rouge, Acadiana, New Orleans, North Shore, North Louisiana. We're coming your way next here on the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
This was us 20 years ago. Since then, we've grown to over 200 employees. We've helped over 100,000 people purchase, build, renovate, or refinance. Over $17 billion in loans. We make the mortgage process easy and convenient. Apply online or at one of our local branches. If you're looking to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, go to gmfsmortgage.com to see how we can help change your life today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Prompt, professional, reliable. If you're looking for a breath of fresh air with your AC and heating needs, call the professionals at Anison Bitter. Anison Bitter, a Rheem Pro partner, keeping your family comfortable for over 25 years.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
All right, we had Westminster over Catholic Point Capee 49-7. It was Donaldsonville 54, Patterson 24. Dunham over East Feliciana 28-8. Parkview shuts out Bruley 44-0. Live Oak 38, Denham Springs 31. Edie White over Lutcher 24-21.
Over Central Private 18-7. Episcopal blanks Northeast 42-0. Catholic in a shootout 48-42 over Ruston. Central of Baton Rouge 35-28 over Walker. Ascension Catholic 30, East Iberville 13. Dutchtown blanks McKinley 42-0.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Welsh over Lake Arthur 35-7. Rose Pine a 50-20 win over Pickering. South Beauregard and St. Louis Catholic play Saturday at 2 o'clock. St. Thomas More over Northside 63-0. Highland Baptist 43, Hanson Memorial 30. And Westgate over Turlings Catholic 33-27. Karen Crow's a 49-7 winner over Abbeville. Sulphur 42, North Vermilion 8. DeRitter a point better than Peabody 29-28. Iowa 41, Westlake 14. Lafayette 23-20 winner over Southside. And Notre Dame 42, Rain 14.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Destrehan over Thibodeau 33-7. Newman 14, St. Charles 7. Jesuit and Shaw play Saturday at 1. Hanville 42-17 winner over HL Bourgeois. Higgins and Chalmette play it Saturday at 10. Vanderbilt Catholic 42, South Terrebonne 22. St. James a 49-13 winner over Berwick. East St. John blanks Central Lafourche 54-0. And Riverdale 28, Bonneville 7.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Bunky's a 30-14 winner over Avoyelles. Mangum 42, Faraday 30. Houghton 27-21 winner over Captain Shreve. Mansfield's a 52-22 winner over Bossier. Haynesville 39, Northwest 34. Minden a point better than Bastrop 27-26. North DeSoto a 40-15 winner over Evangel. North Webster 30, Loyola Prep 28. Cedar Creek shuts out Sicily Island 50-0. Union Parish 48. Green Oaks 42. West Monroe's a 23-14 winner over Ouachita. Carroll 32. Wassman 16.
The North Shore Scoreboard, brightened by Musco Lighting.
Amite shuts out Independence 58-0. Lakeshore blanks Franklinton 52-0. Archbishop Hannon 30, Joel Sumner 6. Kentwood over Pine 42-8. Mandeville's a 38-28 winner over St. Paul. St. Thomas Aquinas 43, Northlake Christian 12. Pearl River and Salmon canceled. Ponchatoula 48, Fontainebleau 14. Slidell a 20-14 winner over Covington. Albany all over Laurentier 63-21. Hammond defeats North Shore 24-15. Vinton 31, Pope John Paul 16.
Thanks so much to Skip, as well as everyone behind the scenes. We got Charlie and Jack tonight helping us out, Ryan, Paul, and our entire team here on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. We jump on the GMFS Mortgage Hotline and join head coach of the Etna-Car Cougars, Coach Bryce Brown. Cougars getting ready for a game against Landry Walker on Saturday. Coach, thanks so much for your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Coach,
Coach, I was going to ask you real quick before we got into the interview. I said there was a rumor that when you were getting recruited to go to UCLA by Eric Bieniemy, and you were wearing these G Nikes, and he wouldn't recruit you because what you were wearing.
No, I think that was the reason why he was recruiting me.
You know who told me that, right?
Coach Jalou.
I feel that got to be Jabbar.
No, he said you're his right-hand man, and, man, you've really carried on what he started over there, and you guys have, year in and year out, you just keep working hard and keep winning. How do you – I mean, to keep doing it year after year, I think is the toughest thing. How do you keep your kids, looking for that carrot and trying to get the championship each year?
You know what I think is it's way easier to build something than it is to maintain. And I think the way we've been able to maintain it is, number one, having staff continuity, retaining a lot of the core guys from that same original staff from when Coach Jalou was there. And number two, the kids buying into the culture of the program in the whole entire school. The same expectations that's with the school is the same with football. And I think anytime that academics and athletics match, I think you have a great school culture.
Coach Brown, this is Jimmy Roy. Thanks for taking up a little of your time. When you talk about the culture and the things, the expectations, you've impacted hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lives as a coach. What are some of the core values that your program's built around? What are some of the beliefs that you have that you're not going to waver from regardless of what happens that makes it successful?
I think the 3 Ds in our program is discipline, dedication, and determination. I think, those are the core values and beliefs that we were taught under Coach Watney. And Coach Ott, all those legendary coaches that played at Carr, and Coach Luke passed that on with us. And I think that's the main focus is those 3 Ds and not quitting and finishing. That's a big pillar. Those are big pillars of the program. And I think the kids buy into the expectation every year because, we do have a lot of big senior classes. I think this year we have 30. I think last year we graduated 31, and I think next year we graduate 36. So, those big classes are starting to mount up because we're such a big varsity program. But it's a huge testament to the parents also believing in, what we're preaching also. So I think, that matches the expectation too when the parents buy in as well.
Coach Bryce Brown is our guest, head football coach at Carr. Coach, a non-football related question. I don't know if it's matched. It's certainly not in the state. I don't know if it's matched in the country. The excitement of a pregame, the entrance from Carr. I don't necessarily need to know the backstory, but Coach, everyone gets excited when this happens. We're in the Superdome, wherever you see it. Tell me a little bit about the energy that it brings to you as a coach, to the team. It's just something special.
Yeah, I think, it started back in 2010. One of our running back coaches who played at Georgia Tech, Coach Ace, and he started it, and we've been doing it ever since. And I think, every year, it changes because each captain group changes the way they do it and the way it's shaped. And, I think the kids really look forward to it every season because it generates such excitement from the crowd and people really come to the game to see it. So, we haven't been able to do it this year because the bands aren't allowed in our parish yet. So that's been disappointing, but it's understandable. But, hopefully we can, they just got to go ahead and start practicing last week. So hopefully in the playoffs that, these fans can start getting excited again.
Coach, tell us a little bit about, you mentioned your seniors. Tell us a little bit about them. You don't have to obviously go through each one of them. A little bit on your defense, a little bit on your offense, and who are some of your main guys?
Defensively, we've really been leaning on Destin Refuge, a 4-year guy. He's been playing lights out, even though we lost last week to St. Aug. He played an exceptional game again last week, and he's really been carrying the defense. And other role players on that defense, Taji Hill, a 3-year player playing defensive tackle. He's never sat on the bench at Carr. He started all 3 years since he was a freshman. Raised the number 1 defensive tackle in his class, and he's been playing well also. But on the offensive side of the ball, who I'm really surprised to see playing so well is the young quarterback, a sophomore, coming behind Leonard Kelly last year, a 2-time state champion, and last year winning the MVP of the district, the state, and the state championship. So I think he's doing well, and a plethora of wide receivers that's been doing well. But I think the key to the whole offense is the offensive line returning 3 of those guys who are seniors, and they've been playing with good continuity.
Well, Coach Brown, we appreciate your time, genuinely do appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck tomorrow, and I know we'll hopefully be speaking with you again later on down the season.
Appreciate it. You guys do an excellent job.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
It's a pretty competitive area down there on the West Bank in New Orleans, some of the great teams. And, I don't know, I can't remember the record of last year, but almost is a little bit of a revenge tour. They come back to and beat Catholic High this year. You're seeing them play pretty strong, a win over Curtis. So playing some strong football, and Carr's always one that finds their way there in the end, but they're playing real impressive as of right now.
He's another one to play anybody, anywhere. Just sign the contracts, let's go, don't back down. And what is impressive is, Jabbar really got Carr rolling, right?
Sure.
Coach Jabbar Jaluk is over at UL. But for Coach Brown to continue it, a lot of times you see a letdown.
Absolutely.
And you start seeing parents, when a coach succeeds another successful coach, it's easy when something bad happens to say, well, Coach Jabbar Jaluk didn't do it that way. But Coach Brown has got the parents and the kids to buy in, even though it's pretty much probably the same way Coach Jaluk's doing it. Some things are obviously different with any new coach, and he's done a good job of getting everybody to buy in and stay on the same page and support him.
Guys, since 2013, which was his first year, Coach is 101-17. And in the last 5 years, he's only lost 4 games, 71 wins, and
all-state championship.
Yep. And you know, Jimmy, the things he said about the kids, he said discipline, dedication, and determination, but it does continue with the parents.
Absolutely.
When the kids aren't at school, you want them hearing a positive message about the program. It's the parents that talk negatively behind the coach or behind the program that really causes friction. So it's a testament to the parents, as he says, and he's 100% right.
Another key is the continuity with his assistant coaches. He mentioned the running back coming there 10 years ago in 2010, starting this continuity. Look at David Brewerton's staff out of Zachary, the continuity he has. Had that same offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator since the Livonia days. You know, people when they go there, they don't leave; they stay, and you know, that's very helpful.
He's Jimmy Roy, along with Coach Todd Black. I'm Cade Voisin here on this week's edition of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hour Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. More scores coming your way, as well as conversations with Karen Crow head coach Tony Corville coming up at the bottom of the hour tonight, and a whole lot more.
Well, that's just a quarter. We're going to Live Oak.
Going to Live Oak.
Okay.
Blaine Westmoreland.
Looking forward to that conversation. Was the Highway 16 rivalry?
Went down to the last seconds and a wild play to finish it.
All right, we'll talk about that next year on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
This was us 20 years ago. Since then, we've grown to over 200 employees. We've helped over 100,000 people purchase, build, renovate, or refinance over $17 billion in loans. We make the mortgage process easy and convenient. Apply online or at one of our local branches. If you're looking to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, go to gmfsmortgage.com to see how we can help change your life today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet. And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs. Who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays? You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into front-to-back boat services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front-to-back boat services.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
Catholic Point Capee, big winner over Westminster Christian, 49-7. Donaldsonville, 54. Patterson, 24. Dunham, a 28-8 winner over East Feliciana. Parkview shuts out Bruley, 44-0. Live Oak, last play of the game, 38-31 over Denham Springs. Edie White, 24. Lutcher, 21. St. Michael shuts out Terra, 30-0. Plaquemine, a 52-27 winner over Ostroma. Dutchtown blanks McKinley, 42-0. University High, 28. Madison Prep, 12. And Scotlandville and Zachary tomorrow, 3 p.m.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Breaux Bridge, 42. Beauchene, 20. Catholic New Iberia, 69. Homa Christian, 0. New Iberia shuts out Como, 49-0. St. Martinville, 36. Erath, 28. St. Edmund, big over Pine Prairie, 69-6. Jeanerette shuts out Delcom, 22-0. Cecilia, 31-7 winner over Opelousas. Lafayette Christian, 68. Port Barry, 0. Lauraville, 46. West St. Mary, 6. Opelousas Catholic, 49. North Central, 12. Oberlin, 49. East Beauregard, 20. And Kaplan, 59. Crowley, 13.
Thank you, Skip, Charlie, Jack, everyone behind the scenes helping make all these scores possible. Dustin back there helping us out as well today.
You know, I flipped the, what was it, Westminster and Catholic Point Capee. You gave those people a heart attack in New Roads when you said 49-7 Westminster. On the first scoreboard.
Oh, you're talking about the open of the show.
You got to get on them boys next door, tell them, hey, they're making you look bad.
Shoot, when I came in here, that game wasn't even over. It was still halftime, according to my book.
They played 24 minutes by the time you walked over there to here.
Let's go ahead and jump back on the GMFS Mortgage Hotline, and we join a victorious head coach of Live Oak, Coach Blaine Westmoreland. Coach, thanks so much for joining us tonight. They get the win. Live Oak does 38-31 over Denham Springs. Coach, a nice dramatic finish, I guess, just the way you'll take it.
Yes, sir. We'll take them anywhere we can get them.
That's exactly.
Tell us a little bit about how that ending went down.
You know, I mean, we kind of had the ball deep in our, deep in our own territory, 4th and 3. Made a decision to punt. Then I called timeout and decided to go for it. Didn't work out. Felt like we had something. Didn't have it. So put our defense out there, and I trust our guys, whether it be our offensive guys to get the job done or our defensive guys to get the stop. Denham Springs gets the ball. We have a rough in the passer penalty. They complete a pass. They get down there, and it's 4th down. They go to kick the field goal, and Michael Summers, Lukey Darger come through the line and block it. Will Andrepont scoops it up and goes the other way 70, 80 yards. And with about 4 seconds left on the game clock, not the way you want to draw it up, but a win's a win. We'll take it.
What yard line were you on when you decided to go for it, Coach?
Where were we at? Well, probably at about our 30, 35 at the best.
Okay. Well, Coach, this is the first time we got to see y'all's team in action. It's your first year succeeding. Brett Beard, obviously, out at Live Oak. I didn't know what to expect. You looked a lot better than what I thought. Just looking at a couple of your scores, you had a big win last week over Walker, a rival, and to get another win tonight. I guess you'll be the Parish champion now out there in Livingston Parish. But you got a good-looking group. Quarterback throws the ball well, ran some hitch routes early in the game, moved it down the field. Running backs played hard, pulling both guards, running the wing tee. I was really impressed with your team, Coach.
Appreciate it. These guys have really bought into what we're doing and what we're selling, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And we've really been trying to, really focus and develop and put in a system that we feel like gives our guys the best chance to be successful. And that's why we've kind of migrated to the wing tee. And we'll be in the shotgun and run it. We'll be under center like you saw a little bit tonight and run it as well. But our kids have really bought into what we're selling in really every facet of the ball game. And so I'm just extremely proud of my guys. They fight every day. They work extremely hard, but I'm so proud of them. Can't speak enough about them.
Coach, when I was playing, we ran the wing tee, and I've got the record at Neville for the most handoffs in a season.
Well, we're working on it.
Oh, no, Coach, you threw it more tonight than Todd threw it in a season.
I know. No kidding. But, hey, your offense has been improving. I'm just looking at the scores here and it being more consistent. What do you attribute that to? Just kind of the timing of – because the wing tee can be kind of tricky sometimes if the guards aren't all synced up and so forth.
Yeah, so, it's really – of course, just like everybody, we're behind the 8 ball and we were putting the new offense in. And so really just kind of getting our timing down and then finding where the pieces – just all come together and where they fit, finding those pulling guards, finding those quality tackles, and, really just been to find another, quality tight end. We felt like we have a number of backs. We our quarterback, Brock McGee, does an outstanding job, been able to throw the ball, read defenses. But, really just being able to come together, truly get out there, see different fronts, see those looks, and really get after it. So, like I said, just extremely proud of our kids and, really picking it up. And, like I said, we'll enjoy this one, but we got to get ready for Scotlandville.
Right.
Coach, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have not lost back-to-back games this season. You guys seem to perform well the weeks after you've lost a ball game. What is it about your team that you found maybe that has some great resiliency? Do you guys just have some killer practices those weeks? You guys seem to bounce back really well.
We talked to our guys about starting the week off right and, being 1-0 every day and fighting through adversity. And adversity is going to happen, whether it be something, that's thrown our way like a hurricane or whatever, or something going on at practice. Things are going to come. So we teach our kids, to fight through adversity, be resilient, because that's what life's going to throw you, and you got to be ready for that. So when we have something like that come up, when we play Zachary, not of course, the outcome we wanted, but we came back, we flushed it at midnight. Well, we didn't get done playing until about 1 o'clock. So we flushed it about 3 o'clock that morning and got ready and started working on Walker. Had a great week of practice. And then we turned around this week and had another great week of practice. So the guys understand that things are going to happen. Adversity is going to come up. But we just got to be resilient, keep doing what we do, being true to who we are, and things are going to go our way.
Yeah, that Zachary game, you didn't kick off till 10:10, right? Somewhere around that area?
Yes, sir. It was about 10 o'clock, maybe a little bit after.
Wow. Part of an interesting 2020 season.
Yeah,
but, Coach Westmoreland, man, we appreciate your time on the Scoreboard Show. Best of luck next week.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
And let me say this, the future for Live Oak's really good because they're only playing about 3 seniors on each side of the ball. So they're a young team also.
A lot of room for growth.
Jimmy and I talk about this all the time and have a little bit on the show, but, when he talks about fighting and scratching and clawing in practice, I imagine that scout team is becoming better and better because sometimes, it's hard to get that scout team to do what they're supposed to do. But the better they are, the better your team is because they give you a better look. But
you don't want them to be too good.
No, you want them to kick your
you
butt.
want them to be you want them to be the best they can be. And now you're starting to see coaches now recognize that. I know teams like Zachary does it, and there are a few others that I see do it. They'll name an offensive defensive player of the week. They'll also name a special team player of the week, and they'll also name a scout team player of the week to give those guys recognition, because
awesome.
a lot of times they're freshmen or sophomores that's not going to get to play any varsity time yet. They're waiting their turn and getting better at it, but they're contributing to a successful team. If you don't have a team, if you don't have a good scout team, it's hard to get better.
Yep.
The coach who calls his home the open-air Crow Dome, Tony Corville, joins us when we return here on the Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make that thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet. And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
Hey, T-Bob, sports wouldn't be the same without the die-hard fans, so we're highlighting the fans that do it the most.
Every week, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge brings you the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week. Check it out, 1045ESPN.com.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. We jump back on the GMFS Mortgage Hotline and join a coach entering inside his fourth year as the head coach of the Karen Crow Bears. They get a 49-7 win tonight over Abbeville. Coach Tony Corville is our guest. Coach, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations on the win.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, and I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
How do you put up with Ben Love?
Oh, yeah, I have to put up with Ben Love on a weekly basis, man.
Coach, we've been watching, Karen Crow all this year and the years before, gradually getting better each year. The thing that I think grabbed everybody's attention this year was what your team was able to do up in West Monroe. For anybody to be able to go there and win 16-0, it takes a lot of mental toughness because that place is different than everybody else. How do you get you guys to buy in, and they're continuing to buy in, and you're playing great?
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. But, you're right. I felt that we had the opportunity to go there and compete and win, but I would never ever thought we could shut them out. When you drive up there, the stadium sits 13,000 people. They have a scoreboard just as big as ULM. It's very impressive. They have the Dominator board over there, 2 national championships, and I think they've won the district championship the last 25 years straight. So yeah, it's an imposing thing. But our kids are focused this year. Just like all the other high schools across the country. We're putting up with this COVID deal that we're going to take every day as a blessing and an opportunity to go improve and to go improve ourselves.
Coach, your running backs obviously get a lot of attention. They've been playing for several years, but your offensive line's a group that has been together for several years now, and they're the backbone of your team. Talk about those guys up front.
Well, you're exactly right. We run the veer offense, and it all starts with the tight end, and then the offensive line. Now, this is my 4th year, and 3 of those kids unfortunately had to play for them as freshmen. So we took our lumps, and these guys have now developed into some really good football players, and we have our standards and expectations, and they know what that's all about, and now they're just executing them.
Coach, we mentioned your non-district schedule, but when you play in a district like 5-4A, I guess kind of it is success breeds success. You got St. Thomas More and Westgate, Turlings, Northside. You see teams every year that are going to give you a strong gauge on how tough your team is and what you could potentially do, not just in the season, in the postseason. Talk to us a little bit about how that makes your team better each year.
Well, and I'm going to kind of flip it a little bit. We try to schedule non-district. I play the Acadianas of the world, play the New Iberia this year. So we try to schedule 5A teams or some solid 4A teams if we can get anybody to schedule players. And to help us get to that, to our district, we understand our district is a more, and that each week you better be prepared or you can get your tail handed to you.
Talk about real quick about Williams and Prejean in the backfield for you.
Well, first of all, they're 2 tremendous young men off the field in the classroom. They're a tremendous pleasure to be around. But as soon as they cross those white lines, they turn into some beasts.
That's, pound for pound, how hard they run, And, Coach, I want you to talk real quick. Why so long between head coaching stints? Because I thought that was interesting. And when you came back to Karen Crow, it's rocking and rolling.
Okay. So I'll talk about my tree, I guess. I started off at Karen Crow. I was a student assistant, a graduate assistant at USL, the Nelson Stokely. Then I was able to, Mac Byers hired me, and I worked for Mac. And then I did 1 year at Opelousas as a head coach, and it wasn't a pleasant deal for me. It didn't work out as well. I probably wasn't ready for it. Then I went and worked for Craig Manuel in Kaplan for a year. And then I went back and worked with Mac for several years. And then Mac left, and I worked for Lance Guidry for 2 years. And then I went to Torrance for 10 years and worked for Sonny Chaponche. And these last 4 years, I've been back home at Karen Crow.
I think a journey that seemed to serve you well, Coach, and you got a fan base that's pretty excited this season with your start. So we appreciate it, man. We've got to go, but I know this won't be the last time we talk to you, Coach. Best of luck next week.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. And I think he coached with Karen Crow when they beat Neville. So I told him that's the only negative thing that I know about him is you beat Neville. I think that was when they had Wade Ritchie. Kevin Falk.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I went and watched it.
5-0 in the season, and next week St. Thomas More.
That's what I was going to ask. When do they play them? But that's next week. That's going to be, it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out, just because of the different styles. I mean, you're talking from one end of the spectrum to the other. They're going to throw it almost every play with Walker Howard, and they're going to run it. Karen Crow's going to run it almost every
long
play.
drives. Keep that ball out of St. Thomas More's hand.
Absolutely. There you go.
Let's take a timeout. We'll be right back with some more scores here on this week's edition of Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Lawyers. The Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. From the Jamborees to the Superdome, your source for the most up-to-date scores and stats is right here. Now, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and Cade Voisin.
Welcome to Hour 2 here of this week's edition of Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Voisin, Jimmy Roy, Todd Black. We got Charlie, Jack, Ryan, Paul, Skip, Dustin, everyone behind the scenes helping make sure tonight's show is possible. And thanks so much to our friends over at Hooters for feeding us tonight. Don't forget that Monday, November 16th is the Hooters Charity Golf Tournament. It's going to benefit the 4Kids Foundation. If you want more information, visit HootersLouisiana.com for the detail. Let's jump on the GMFS Mortgage Hotline and join a victorious head coach, Brian Richardson of Donaldsonville. The Tigers have been red hot. They get the win over Patterson, 54-24. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win.
Hey, man, thank you guys for checking in, man. When you call, man, you must be doing something right when you guys call. So
I don't know about that.
Forward to it, man. Yeah, I look forward to it, man.
Coach, I want to talk about tonight, but I got to start first since we didn't have a chance to speak with you. But you go to the campus of Nicholls State last week, and you defeat a defending champ in St. James. You do it prety well. All sides of the ball. I mean, give us an idea.
Well, they were up 30-0 at half. That was like a flawless.
and I'm gonna say this: Todd texts Coach Valdez, good friend of ours and good friend of the show, and Todd asked him what happened, and he flat out said they kicked our you know what.
Yeah.
He didn't make an excuse. It wasn't nothing. He just said they beat them.
And I guess I say you win a game like that, you're jacked up, you're excited, but you come back and you win tonight, 54-24. There's no letdown. You guys continue to roll. I think that's something to be said when you got a team trying to get used to playing situations where your kids riding on emotions, but you come out and you get a win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why you guys didn't check in because nobody thought it would happen. I mean, that week. I mean, a lot of people within our circle didn't think it would happen. Those kids did. I mean, they have been planning for it, man, working for it all summer for a big moment like that. And it couldn't have been a grander stage than on the campus of Nicholls State University. And I'm like you guys. The main thing we were worried about was the letdown. The community was hyped up. I mean, it was a whole era of we had done something. But the kids came out and they had senior meetings, team meetings, and they said, hey man, let's tone it down a little bit. I mean, that was a great game, but the next big game is the next game. So they came out and they took care of business tonight. Yeah.
Coach, tell us about some of them players. Let's brag on them a little bit. Quarterback Travion Brown, running back Raylan Johnson. Talk about it. So let's start with those two and then mention any other ones you want to.
Yeah, Travion Brown, he's with a group of freshmen I started 2 years ago. 3 years ago because he's a junior now. And we put the ball in his hand, and I heard the other coach on earlier saying, "Yeah, took your lumps." We kind of took our lumps, and he knew the payoff was going to be greater later. So he's kind of accepted his role as being a starter, and he's been improving every week. But Raylan Johnson, our running back, he's really been a force lately. He's one of the hardest working kids in the building. He's the first one there to show up and the last one to leave. He's really been having us on his back. Joshua Collier, that's another senior we have. He's free safety. He's another one that works his butt off and accepted a leadership role on this team, and the rest of the team is just following him.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but just a year or two ago, you were running an option or a wishbone or something like that, and then you went to a spread?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We try to grow with the times. At that time, like I said, Trevion was a young quarterback, and he had trouble reading defenses. So we went to the option and whatnot, wing T type of deal, and we brought in some coordinators to help us install that. Scott Dietrich was big from Parkview. Yeah, he came down, gave us a talk and whatnot, helped us install it. But those offensive coordinators, they left through growth. One of them got a head coaching job, and their staff kind of broke up. So we brought in some other guys, and this guy got in now. He's Coach George Tomplay. He's a spread guy, and we had to change with the times, and it's working out well.
Yeah,
I coached with Tomplay at Dutchtown. I taught him everything he knows, Coach.
That's what he said, man.
I coached with him at Redemptus. Yeah, we know George well. I did not realize that's where he was.
Coach, is this your 8th year? Am I right at Donaldsonville?
No, actually, it's my 5th year as head coach, but I've been at Donaldsonville for 21 years. Yeah, but this is my 5th year as head coach.
Gotcha. And this was what kind of win versus? Not to keep talking about it, but I think it's just a big win that could really set the tone for what you want to do in the future, not only this year but years to come.
Absolutely. It's one of those deals where what Ric Flair said, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. You know, and that was what kind of happened. Our kids started believing that they belong, and you want to make sure that wasn't a fluke. And like you said, Coach Valdez, we hate playing each other, man. We were friends in college. I went to Southern University also. We've been friends forever. The refs have to run us back into our coaches' boxes before the game starts because we talk so much in the pregame. You know, we talk about family and everything else, and the refs say, "Hey guys, you got a game to play." So we had to boat back to our coaching boxes to get the game going. But we're great friends, and he wishes us well. We're not playing against each other; we're pulling for each other.
So you know Jaluk and you know Lindsey Scott.
Oh yeah. Jaluk was I was coming to Southern, he was leaving.
What a great group of guys Southern had.
That's a bunch of knuckleheads y'all had together, that's for sure. But it is a great group of guys.
That's a great group. Coach, before we let you go, Lutcher next week, talk about that one real quick.
Oh, a really, really tough task once again. In our district, there's no pushovers. You saw Edie White pull off a great win against Lutcher, and they're fast. And he was real young last year, too. Now, those guys are growing up. They look good on tape. They're fast. They're physical. They gave St. James all they wanted. And even in his loss against Edie White, it was a hard-fought contest. So we know their backs are against the wall, and when they see us, we're going to get their best shot. I guarantee you that. And our job is once again, we're 0-0 again. Let's get to 1-0, and by taking care of Lutcher on Friday.
Well, Coach, man, it's been fun watching you guys this season, following you guys this season. We wish you the best of luck next week. And
tell Coach Tomplay we said hello. Didn't realize he was there.
Oh, absolutely, my man. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you at the Calico Restaurant in Gonzales. We'll get a chance, man.
There you go.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
There you go, head coach Brian Richardson from Donaldsonville, the win over Patterson tonight. And look, that's what I guess you could call a trap game when you come off such a high of beating a St. James, but
with Lutcher the following week also. Yeah,
you handle your business is something to be said.
Jimmy, how good is New Iberia? Because they played New Iberia in week 3 and lost to them, and then backed it up. They lost to Edie White 18-14. But New Iberia is going through their schedule.
New Iberia beat Westgate week 1, I think 27-25, if I'm not mistaken. Was undefeated, and I think they lost like a 7-0 game against Lafayette a week or two ago. So
yeah, you're right. It was 2 weeks ago.
They only have 1 or 2 losses now.
And
so
I guess I bring them up because
they're a 5A school that's talent that always has some talent over there.
Just hadn't been able to put it together recently. We played them back in the day, and they were strong every year, but they kind of were silent, and now they're starting to pick back up again. So I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're a competitive team. They'll be in the playoffs this year. So.
Lots more to get to, but first we're going to check in on the North Shore, North Louisiana, Acadiana, out in North Louisiana as well, and we'll always start first here in the capital city.
The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
Catholic Point Capee 49, Westminster Christian 7. Donaldsonville, a 54-24 win over Patterson. Dunham defeats East Feliciana 28-8. Parkview shuts out Bruley 44-0. Live Oak over Denham Springs 38-31. Edie White, field goal better than Lutcher, 24-21. St. Michael shuts out Terra 30-0. Plaquemine 52, Estroma 27. White Castle, a 53-14 winner over Ascension Christian. Dutchtown blanks McKinley 42-0. University High 28, Madison Prep 12, and Scotlandville and Zachary will play Saturday, 3 p.m.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Breaux Bridge defeats Beauchene 42-20. Catholic New Iberia shuts out Homa Christian 69-0. New Iberia blanks Como 49-0. St. Martinville 36-28 winner over Erath. St. Edmund defeats Pine Prairie 69-6. Jeanneret shuts out Delcom 22-0. Cecilia 31-7 winner over Opelousas. Lafayette Christian shuts out Fort Berry 68-0. Laurelville 46, West St. Mary 6. Opelousas Catholic 49, North Central 12. Oberlin defeats East Beauregard 49-20. Kaplan 59, Crowley 13.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Assumption 32, Ellender 28. Bell Chase and Helen Cox play Saturday at noon. Brother Martin 38, Terrebonne 7. Destrehan 33, Thibodeau 7. Newman, close one over St. Charles 14-7. Jesuit and Shaw tomorrow at 1 p.m. Hanville defeats H.L. Bourgeois 42-17. Higgins and Chalmette go at it tomorrow at 10. Vanderbilt Catholic 42, South Terrebonne 22. St. James over Berwick 49-13. East St. John blanks Central Lafourche 54-0. And Riverdale 28, Bonneville 7.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Calvary over Plain Dealing 57-6. Huntington 41, Franklin Parish 12. DeQuincy blanks LaSalle 40-0. Gina 44, Buckeye 6. North Caddo over Lakeside 42-0. Red River 50, Lakeview 20. Northwood Shreveport 48. Woodlawn Shreveport 8. Parkway 30, Natchitoches Central 7. Pineville 32-14 winner over West Washita. Leesville 63, Bolton 27. St. Mary a point better than Logansport 46-45. And Benton 43, Southwood 20.
The North Shore Scoreboard, brightened by Musco Lighting.
Independence blanks Amite 58-0. Lakeshore shuts out Franklinton 52-0. Archbishop Hannon 30, Joel Sumner 6. Kentwood 42, Pine 8. Mandeville 38-28 winner over St. Paul. St. Thomas Aquinas 43, North Lake Christian 12. Pearl River and Salmon canceled. Ponchatoula 49-14 winner over Fontainebleau. Slidell 20, Covington 14. Albany 63-21 winner over La Ranger. Hammond 24, North Shore 14. And Vinton 31, Pope John Paul 6. And we got a West Side score. West Side 53, Tennessee High 29.
I heard they had 62 players out West Side.
Still won 53-29.
Coach Josh got them going, man.
Hey guys, look,
like Coach Josh.
As we know, all the coaches and parents like to follow the power ratings about this time of year. Great website to go to is gopreps.com, gopreps.com, and you check on the power ratings, and they're up to date, up to the minute as they do it. Hunter Bauer runs that, and he will be on the show next week. to talk a little bit, and then hopefully on week 10, he's going to come here, and in the second hour, we'll have the constant updates as the finals come in. So it'll be
awesome.
pretty close to, bearing forfeits in the Saturday games. It'll be pretty accurate.
And,
Look forward to that.
And this is usually the week. This would be week 8 on a normal year.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, really starting last week and this week especially, that's when the coaches are going to start looking and start playing those guessing games and stressing over something that's out of their control. And especially this year with the COVID situations, you're just not going to be able to dictate or predict who you think you're going to play yet. And because you don't even know who's going to have games and who's not at this point. It's changing day to day, week to week. Games were canceled as late as 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. Eric Held was texting me, 27. Now we're up to 28. Yeah. So
True story.
True story.
That's why you got to go to gopreps.com and stay up to date, and we look forward to that conversation next week. We look forward to giving you some more scores, and there's lots more to get to before we wrap up tonight's program. This is the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not 1 but 2 NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Toyotathon is happening now at Corville Toyota in Opelousas.
Get into a 20 Camry for $297 a month.
So come on down to Happy Town for Toyotathon. That's Corville Toyota in Opelousas.
Happy Town, USA.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Voisin, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy. And we jump back on the GMFS Mortgage Hotline, and we speak to Ben Love of 103.7 The Game. His appearances courtesy each week of Billy's Boudin. Ben, thanks so much for your time, not only with the Scoreboard Show, but Ben is a correspondent on our prep preview show. Always appreciate that. On tonight's preview show, we talked about Southside and Lafayette, and boy, this is a different Lafayette team than people are used to seeing from the Mighty Lions, Ben, and honestly, since their last game, a different offensive performance. Talk to us about this one.
Well, they jumped out to a big lead, and I'll tell you, they had to hold on for dear life. Ended up a 3-point game. That's because of 14 unanswered for Southside. So I kind of give some credit to the Sharks side here, playing without quarterback Dylan Monette. It's impressive. They made it competitive late, but the big storyline, you're right, it's going to be Cedric Figueroa. He was a parade All-American as a linebacker at Lafayette High, went to play at Notre Dame in South Bend, and he had an alma mater that was on incredibly hard times. He's got them undefeated, and if they can get through one more week, they'll take on Acadiana High in a battle of undefeated. It's amazing. It's been a huge storyline in our area. I'm still not convinced that Lafayette High is going to be a team that can roll through the 5A playoffs more than a couple of games, but right now they continue to be a great story.
But for them, if they can get to that second round, I think that's huge for them. And Lafayette High has been a mystery because they're one of the biggest schools in the state. They have a magnet program, an academic program where they can attract kids, but they haven't had a lot of success. Now, the last coach started changing it some last year, but what's been the biggest change in the program other than obviously bringing Coach Figueroa and his son over there?
They got some band members to come play football finally because their band's like the best in the country or something.
They have the
I
best
can only
pole
share
vaulter.
this. I can share this with you guys. We had Lafayette High football. We still have them on one of our stations, but they buy their own time to have their games broadcast. When we had them and sold them internally, it became a bit of a tough sell. And here's what I found out. All of the great Lafayette High Mighty Lions that played football there in the 70s, the 80s, early 90s, all the way up until Trev Falk was there, they're not sending their kids there. I mean, that's just the simple fact. Their kids are going to St. Thomas More, to Lafayette Christian Academy, to Ascension Episcopal. And so I think it took a while to build some of that back up. But also with Figueroa, he took over a team that has 4 or 5 like true defensive studs. And he's so tough-minded on that side of the ball that they seem to be catching some fire, at least defensively. But, there's not as much identity from legacies as there was maybe even 15, 20 years ago.
They are known for the world's best pole vaulter, though. There's no doubt with Mondo. But honestly, their defense has given up 43 points now on the year through 5 games. Coach, let's get to some serious stuff. Where the fish biting?
Cade and I are going to come up with a Bill Dance Award.
I'll send you pictures and then send you some coordinates maybe tomorrow morning. How about that?
You're not sending them coordinates. You already said you were.
Coach, Turling's Westgate. Westgate would have come from behind win.
Hey, let me tell you about Westgate. I don't care if Lakeshore is down from their typical over the New Orleans area. Westgate went and beat them in their backyard earlier this year, and that's a good Turlings team that they beat tonight. Imagine that 3-game stretch for Turlings. They played Karen Crow, STM, and Westgate 3 consecutive weeks. That's a gauntlet. This Westgate team moves on from Keyshawn Butte, who's a receiver at LSU. They had a kid, McAlvin's son, who's up, I believe, at I want to say it's
Oklahoma State, wasn't it?
State.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. And so, I mean, they continue to roll under Ryan Antoine. That's a sneaky entry into the 4A playoffs this year. And at the clip they're going, they'll host a first-round game I wouldn't want to see Westgate come into my building in the second round if I were a higher seed. That's what I'll tell you.
I've always said Westgate is as talented as any team in the state year in, year out, and then they'll drop a game that just makes you scratch your head, say, what team showed up? So when the right Westgate team shows up, they can play with anybody in 4A. And now if they just can avoid that letdown game that they tend to have, they can make a run.
It's possible they already had it. They started their season against Nish, and look, here's the thing. That's a much improved New Iberia Senior High team. Kurt Ware's in his second season, and they're starting to roll some people. I think they beat Como 49-0 tonight. So there's not shame in the loss to Nish, but given them those two teams and where they entered the season, that may scratch our heads at the time.
Jimmy and I were talking about that a little while ago. But, hey, we had the pleasure of having Coach Corville on, and I think Karen Crow's in good hands, and it seems like that he's got him going in the right direction, and it's a pleasure to have on the show.
I'm so glad he was with you. You ought to see that man beam when he goes to coach Karen Crow games. I mean, a long, long time assistant at the Crow, spent years at Turling's Catholic. I mean, he's brought the whole family out there. After every game at the Crow Dome, his grandkids are running around with them, and he's loving his life doing what he's doing right now. And I know this, a week from tonight, we're going to be recapping Karen Crow, St. Thomas More. That'll be about as good as it gets in our area. Two very contrasting styles, top two teams in 4A. Even when you look at the combined ratings, that's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, give us your prediction on that one. We're putting you on the spot, brother.
Oh, boy. Here's what I told people earlier today during our broadcast. If Karen Crow loses one fumble or no fumbles, I think they win the game. But they've become like Acadiana High. It's so predicated on that. They run the split back veer. If they put it on the deck and lose it, St. Thomas More is too good. So I think ball control is important. Karen Crow's got a real shot at this one. That's about as much as you'll get from me today.
Billy's Homemade Boudin Cracklin and Opelousas, Krotz Springs, Scott, and Lafayette brings us Ben Love each and every week. Of course, Ben Love of 103.7 The Game in Lafayette. Ben, thanks so much for your time tonight. We look forward to that matchup next week.
Hi, Cade. Coaches, y'all be good.
All right, have a good one.
There you go, Ben Love of 103.7 The Game, our Acadiana correspondent.
And also mentioning Billy's Boudin, we got some Christmas specialty food crackling in there, and some tiger sausage.
Tiger sausage.
Jeez,
that is
now
some of
you're
the
telling
absolute
me.
best.
Boudin.
It's a little bit different.
Walk-ons, Hooters.
We're hooked up tonight.
We're hooked up tonight with food, no doubt.
The side room there
Mockler
is
beverage.
That's right.
Hydration.
That's right.
And it is November. So we take a timeout, and when we return, we'll get you caught up on scores here on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
This was us 20 years ago. Since then, we've grown to over 200 employees. We've helped over 100,000 people purchase, build, renovate, or refinance. Over $17 billion in loans. We make the mortgage process easy and convenient. Apply online or at one of our local branches. If you're looking to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, go to gmfsmortgage.com to see how we can help change your life today.
Hey, football fans, T-Bomb here, reminding you that Hooters is your headquarters for football. If you can't get in, they still got the Hooters girls, the TVs, the wings, the beer, everything you love about game day. But what if you're watching at your house? Maybe having some people over. You don't feel like cooking? Well, great. Hooters, they have your back. You download the Hooters app. You'll get a free app, and then you go and you pick up the food. You bring it home. Everybody loves you because you got Hooters wings, and game day, it's a match made in heaven. Download the app. Get Hooters to go. Hooters, your headquarters for football.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
Get an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbot.
Catholic Point Capee 49, Westminster Christian 7, Donaldsonville a 54-24 winner over Patterson. Dunham was a 28-8 winner over East Feliciana. Parkview blanks Bruley 44-0. Live Oak wild finish over Denham Springs 38-31. E. White field goal better than Lutcher 24-21. St. Michael a 30-0 winner over Terra. Plaquemine over Ostruma 52-27. White Castle 53-14 winner over Ascension Christian. Dutchtown 42, McKinley 0. University High 28, Madison Prep 12, and Scotlandville and Zachary. Saturday, 3 p.m.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, backed by GMFS Mortgage.
Roe Bridge 42, Beauchene 20. Catholic New Iberia 69, Houma Christian 0. New Iberia 49, Como 0. St. Martinville over Erath 36-28. St. Edmund 69-6 winner over Pine Prairie. Jeanerette beats Delcom 22-0. Cecilia 31-7 winner over Opelousas. Lafayette Christian blanks Port Barry 68-0. Laurelville over West St. Mary 46-6. Opelousas Catholic 49, North Central 12. Oberlin defeats East Beauregard 49-20. And Kaplan over Crowley 59-13.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Assumption defeats Ellender 32-28. Bill Chase and Helen Cox play tomorrow at noon. Brother Martin defeats Terrebonne 38-7. Destrehan 33-7 winner over Thibodaux. Newman touchdown better than St. Charles 14-7. Jesuit and Shaw play tomorrow at 1 p.m. Hanville 42-17 winner over HL Bourgeois. Higgins and Chalmette play tomorrow morning. Vanderbilt Catholic 42-22 winner over South Terrebonne. St. James a 49-7 13 winner over Berwick. East St. John shuts out Central Lafourche 54-0. And Riverdale over Bonneville 28-7.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Calvary defeats Plain Dealing 57-6. Huntington 41, Franklin Parish 12. DeQuincy shuts out LaSalle 40-0. Gina 44, Buckeye 6. North Caddo 42, Lakeside 0. Red River 50, Lakeview 20. Northwood Shreveport 48, Woodlawn Shreveport 8. Parkway 30, Natchitoches Central 7. Pineville over West Washita 32-14. Leesville 63-27 winner over Bolton. St. Mary's 46, Logansport 45. Benton 43, Southwood 20.
The North Shore Scoreboard, brightened by Musco Lighting.
Amite is a 58-0 winner over Independence. Lakeshore 52, Franklinton 0. Archbishop Hannon 6, Archbishop Hannon 30, Joel Sumner 6. Kentwood 42, Pine 8. Mandeville 38-28 winner over St. Paul. St. Thomas Aquinas 43, North Lake Christian 12. Pearl River and Solomon canceled. Ponchatoula and Fontainebleau 49-14 winner over Fontainebleau. Slidell 20, Covington 14. Albany 63, Oranger 21. Hammond 24-14 winner over North Shore. Vinton over Pope John Paul II 31-16.
Thanks so much to Skip, but also Charlie and Jack behind the scenes, and Ryan and Paul making tonight's show possible. Let's jump on the GMFS Mortgage Hotline and join a victorious head coach, Gabe Fertitta, as a Catholic Eye Bears. You heard it here tonight on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Get the win on the road, 48-42 over Ruston. Coach, congratulations on this win. When you look at a game like this, I know that the term maybe gets overused, but it really does feel like a playoff game. You had to change. You didn't find out your opponent until late. You're trying to prepare. You go on the road. Your team battles adversity, and you get a win. It's such a learning experience you can have, and you come away with a win even better.
Yeah, it was such a great atmosphere and place to play a football game. Grambling has a beautiful, beautiful stadium and facility there. And as a matter of fact, our players got to tour the Eddie Robinson Museum before the game and see that. So it really did feel like, and I must say this, but it felt like a pre-split big-time semifinal playoff game.
Coach, why are they playing? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you why they were playing. I know this is like the third or fourth game Ruston is playing over at Grambling. Is there a particular reason?
I think because of the 25% at their home stadium, they're able to not have to limit people in terms of the ticket sales and that kind of thing when they play it at Grambling.
Coach, talk about a little bit about that experience. Your guys, that's something that they ordinarily would not get to see, the experience before the game. I saw on Twitter where y'all had a guest speaker, Hall of Famer, come and speak with the team. Those are type things you don't normally get to do, and I thought it was a unique opportunity.
Yeah, just getting to get on the bus and go travel and see different parts of the state. With the way our playoff situation is now, we don't get that opportunity often. So we left school just a little bit earlier so that we could get up here. And the Eddie Robinson Museum on the campus at Grambling State is fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go, it is really neat. And Coach Ellis, who was the associate athletic director while Eddie Robinson was the head football coach, and he was the head baseball coach for years. I think he has 700 plus wins as a baseball coach. Eddie Robinson. We made him such a great football coach, and just have that kind of conversation. So you just don't get those opportunities to see all the different parts of the state and those experiences. So it's great for our kids.
All right, so to the game. What adjustment, because you gave up 5 scores in the first half and 1 in the second. Coach Harrison, and I know you didn't have much prep time for Ruston, you made a big adjustment. Can you share what that was, or just stop the run?
Yeah, I think we just needed to see it. I mean, we hadn't got to see it a whole lot. We practiced one day on Thursday for the game because we didn't have the game locked up until Wednesday practice was over. So we practiced on Thursday and had a little walkthrough today at the stadium. And I think it just took our guys a little bit of time to see it, adjust to it. We started stemming the front a little bit in the second half and moving the front late right before the snap. And that helped a little bit. But I think what helped the most was they just hadn't seen it. They just had to see it and adjust to it a little bit. We had prepped for St. Amant, the whole week, and that was 10 personnel, 11 personnel spread, and then we're going to play
too tight
Ruston, and it's too tight, fear, power, counter, and it's a totally different ball game. So
Coach,
I think our kids did a good job adjusting.
Talk about your quarterback play. You played 2 tonight.
We did. Landon O'Connor is our starter. He's our guy. He's unquestioned leader of our team, and did a great job. We got a young freshman, Daniel Beal, who's been playing really well on the freshman level, and we brought him into play a little bit last week against McKinley, and we're going to put the best guys out there. He's proven that he deserves a shot. He came in, and he was 5 of 7 for 80 yards and a touchdown, had another one called back, and he even threw some passes to Landon. That we played Landon out of receiver a little bit in a little 2-quarterback package that we had. So really proud of both of those guys. They did a magnificent job running offense. Real
quickly, and then we'll get back to your team, but talk about Catravion Hargrove, the running back from Ruston. He's been out injured since week 1. He comes back tonight. He has offers from South Carolina, Penn State, Florida State. What is he about?
Ooh, 28 yards, 255 yards.
Ask some of you linebackers and DBs what he's about, is what you're saying?
He is a dynamite football player. I mean, who he reminds me? He's a little taller, but he reminds me a lot of the Holland kid from High a few years ago. Just runs really hard, physical, can run away from you. He's
Coach, the one thing that is clear is I can hear the emotion, how tired you are emotionally. You're tired because of the time, but also, when you go through a game like that, it's really an emotional burn.
Oh, yeah. And they were down twice by 14.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. And then you stayed up late Wednesday night trying to come up with a one-day game plan. So then travel 4 hours up here, play a game. It's
Coach, without putting you on the spot.
But that's never a good start.
With next week in limbo, I think you're scheduled to play Woodlawn, if I'm not mistaken, and that game obviously is in some limbo. Have you started reaching out to try to make some connections for possibilities of next week?
We have. We started trying to figure out who's going to be looking for a game. Nothing officially has been done with the Woodlawn game, but we're kind of operating, under the assumption that it's not going to happen. So we're trying to figure that out. And, it's kind of the difficult part about it is you schedule all of your non-conference, non-district games, and in thoughts of what your district is going to be like. So we schedule the hardest teams we can possibly schedule in non-district. Because our district is good, but last year we didn't finish any game in the district with our starters in. So, and then you get these games canceled, and the only teams that'll play you are other powerhouses. And, you know, I mean, how many powerhouse games can you play? We played at Car, we played at the end.
All-Star football will schedule you. It's going to cost you a lot of Xbox consoles.
That's right. That's right.
And for people that don't know, it's a bunch of 11-year-olds. So,
well, Coach, man, a heck of a game to listen to on this side. Congratulations on the win, and best of luck as you guys move ahead.
As I appreciate it. Go Bears.
Congratulations, Coach.
There you go.
That's a good win for Catholic High, and again,
Very much so.
And again, hats off to Rustin for taking that game on, and Catholic High for arranging the. You know, you're throwing the game. You're throwing together a game in a day, and on the road. I mean, you're talking transportation, not school buses, charter buses. Can you get those?
Game plan, travel plan.
Can you get pregame meals? Where are we going for pregame meal up there? Because we're leaving early. Where can we do a walkthrough up there? I mean, there's more than just say, yeah, we're going to play. Yeah, and then travel 5 hours, 4.5 hours away and play.
And poor Coach Darnell Lee at EA was calling anybody and everybody he could, find. Yeah. And then he just couldn't find one. He said, we just really need to play.
And he did it last week. He took that drive up to Shreveport and played a very good Bird team, made a good showing, and
only lost by a touchdown.
Yeah, got better from it. And I'm scared Acadiana. I'm sorry. Catholic High is going to be in the same situation next week where they may be looking for.
What are those stats on Hargrove again? He said
28 for 252, but I will tell you this: he was 18 for 190 something at halftime. Did you say Dutchtown, or who was that said that Dutchtown said they were going to play Ellender next week, opposed to Santa Ma?
We did get that confirmed. Skip was looking that up for us.
Okay.
So yeah, Ellender Memorial on their schedule.
And here that is week. Dutchtown already going ahead and saying, and
that's a little different. You knew that.
If you know, Santa Ma's doing the right thing, letting Coach Mostretta at Dutchtown know a week ahead. Look, I can tell you right now, we're not going to be able to play. Go ahead and schedule a game, and hopefully, Coach Randall, and I'm sure he will. He'll let Coach Fertitta know as soon as he knows. When you look at some of the games we miss tonight,
Coach Randall, if they have to sit another game, I feel that's terrible.
Let's take We'll take a time out because there's a lot of games we want to get to before the night wraps up in our final segment. Coming up here on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Cox Sports Television.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
This was us 20 years ago. Since then, we've grown to over 200 employees. We've helped over 100,000 people purchase, build, renovate, or refinance over $17 billion in loans. We make the mortgage process easy and convenient. Apply online or at one of our local branches. If you're looking to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, go to gmfsmortgage.com to see how we can help change your life today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies...
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Thanks again, as always, to our audience on CST and the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Want to make sure we recognize our Musco Lighting Student Athlete of the Week. He comes to us from Denham Springs High School. He's a senior offensive tackle from Denham Springs. Yellow Jacket Trey Harrell, a 3.6 GPA, 22 on his ACT. He has not only a football standout, but plays a second sport, and we've always applauded guys who play more than one, or ladies who play more than one sport. Athletes out there, powerlifting. So I'm guessing an offensive tackle, power lifts, probably a good combination. Congratulations, Trey Harrell, our Musco Lighting Student Athlete of the Week. You can see his picture there on the screen. We appreciate an opportunity to go cover Denham Springs and Live Oak. That was our game of the week tonight. Hadn't really had a chance to go see those two teams in person this season, but I know it was a good chance to get out there, Jimmy.
Great crowd, great atmosphere, great environment. It had fireworks for the game.
They played at Live Oak?
They played at Live Oak. Had Chase Tyler singing the national anthem. Really good atmosphere. A couple of the games tonight that was interesting. Newman over St. Charles 14-7.
Yeah.
Newman's showing that they can win games in other ways than besides having Arch Manning go throw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's a good win over St. Charles.
Defense is impressive, although Riverside last week's offense is a little bit more explosive than is with St. Charles. So
and their defense put some pressure on them last week.
Yeah.
I think, and if I'm not mistaken, I had the notes here on that ball game, and it was, Sterling Scott who had the interception late.
Yeah.
He's a running back as well.
He's a DB that is committed to Harvard, has started playing running back in week 3.
Mm-hmm.
He missed a week, come back last week and rushed for, I think, 187 yards. Mm-hmm. And then, gets a big interception tonight to win that game, to put it away. Mandeville over St. Paul's, that's a good one. Keeps them in the district race over there.
Very competitive, 6-5-8.
Game teams we don't hear a lot about. Hannon over Jules Sumner, that was a 4-1 team playing a 5-0. West Monroe, I think, is a big win under the circumstances of having 20 kids plus out. I think tonight or tomorrow, Zachary, Scotlandville is going to be a huge game. That's at 3 o'clock at 8 over Mumford. I'm understanding that Zachary's going to be in the same situation, minus a few players, but it's still going to be a good ball game.
In the smaller classification, Mangum over Faraday was a big win.
That's the first win in that's the first time Mangum has ever beat Faraday. I think I have a few notes on that one. Faraday was averaging like 50-something.
Yep.
50-something points a game. Yeah, here it is. 54.4, and they were only allowing 6.4. Had 3 shutouts in 5 games. Mangum puts up, what was it, 40-something to
36, 42, 36 is up?
Yeah, something like that. Another one, Union Parish defeated Green Oaks. I think it was around 48-42 score, something like that.
That could have been a trap game, too, for Union Parish.
Well, Green Oaks, though, is 4-1. They have 3 receivers. The best name in high school, Dakotas Crawford.
That's right.
Is a receiver. He's committed to LSU. They have 3 receivers, though, Todd, along with Dakotas is Jalen Jackson and Terrence Isaac. They have 25, 33, and 20 catches, respectively, all of them over 400 yards. Keith Baker's one of the leading quarterbacks in that area with 1,300. So Union Parish beat a good Green Oaks team, and I'm anxious to see with them scoring 48 points how many yards Trey Holly put up. He was over 1,000 yards and 19 touchdowns going into tonight.
Thanks so much to Cars Bryce Brown, to Live Oaks Blaine Westmoreland, to Tony Corville over at Karen Crow, Coach Brian Richardson at Donaldsonville, and Ben Love, as well as Coach Gabe Fertitta. You'll catch those interviews on demand at 1045ESPN.com. For our entire crew, we'll see you next Friday night here on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Good night.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers